So welcome viewers to Field of Dreams and Axe Television Network. My name is Steve David and I'm your host. And again, last week we were talking to Warren, the great Archibald, and this week we're going to continue with part 2 of this show. Warren, again, welcome back to Field of Dreams. Glad to have you. How you feel?
Great. I feel all right.
All right. And Narada Wilson, how you feel, buddy?
Always a pleasure to be here in good
Right.
company.
So let's drill Warren now. Let's speed it up and drill Warren on some of the things that we heard he can do. They have something. Well, we know you were very quick. What helped you to develop your speed, or was it a natural God-given talent?
Well, it was not. You could say
Some
a
is,
natural, somewhat along the line, but
How you
like
developed some of it?
The speed came from running from my parents.
Well, God gave you speed to get away from.
To get away from
less.
my parents, because when I'm in the savannah as a school kid, most of the guys were older guys, older folks. And the languages that they used to use on the field, I was living just a stone's throw away from this football field. So my parents used to hear, oh, Warren is on the field again. So my mother would cut a tambourine whip. You understand? And they'll be coming behind me. So the guys on the older folks on the football field will say, Dr. Bird. They used to call me Dr. Bird. Dr. Bird, your mother coming. I was so small.
Yeah.
Dr. Bird, your mother coming. So I had to be very elusive. I had to run the whole block and come around before she even reached the savannah to catch me. You understand what I'm saying? And that's the way I had to go on for years, trying to dodge my mother. You understand? Not my father. He really worked all his life in Shell as an electrician. He not have time with me. He wasn't home. So my mother was my mother and father.
But you also were involved in track and field.
Well, that too came along. You understand? Hunting, you know, speed, stamina, you know, eating right, eating the fruits from the forest.
Right.
You understand? No trash. I never knew a hot dog until later in life.
Then you went to New York.
Hamburger. You understand what I say? So I eating from the forest. So I talking about natural things that I'm eating. And I just had to be elusive. I knew I had to be elusive playing the game of football because I'll be always injured.
You always told me about and your turns, and I thought you were so sharp on your turns. And you tell me you got to mash hard.
There you go.
To the left if you're going right. You mash hard, go, and then you turn, go. Explain that to
That came from experiences playing in the mud in Coronation Park.
Right.
Now, remember, we never play in boots, so my toes were really my studs.
Right.
So I knew all those tricks. Now, when I started playing in the boots, it was pegs, cork pegs. So I knew you have to dig in, and you know,
you mash hard to dig in.
You mash hard to turn.
Right.
So guys have a way they put a boots on with studs. It's raining and it's still falling down. No, you have a way that if you're going 100 miles an hour, taking a shot, you have to know how to plant that foot. It's studs. You have to know how to plant your foot with studs.
I also saw you got some penalties, and nobody tripped you. You tripped yourself.
Well, it was a trick I could teach, but they don't allow it no more. What I used to do is at foot speed with the ball, because you know my greatest asset is dribbling. In dribbling, I will take my right foot, but the defenseman have to be close marked. He have to be marking me closely. So I'll take my right foot, kick the back of my heel. But I'm looking where the referee is, so he cannot see what I'm doing.
What you're doing, yeah.
Penalty.
Something I'd like to highlight there is that a lot of things that you're showing are I wouldn't say attributes, but they're skills that you personally
Adapted.
developed for
Yes.
yourself, you know, because here, and these are things that, you know, it probably should even be documented, because here it is, you're saying that there was a reason you looked at the referee because you're making eye contact, knowing fully well he's going to look you in the eyes and not pay attention.
There you go.
So it's scientific there, you know, and then you're saying, like players today with the studs that the boots that they have, probably what we're seeing is that players don't understand the equipment.
What the purpose of
The
the studs
purpose
are.
is because I think we just learned the basic. There's dry pegs, there's multi-purpose,
Right.
there's wet.
Right.
But I think nobody really tries to say, hey, could the dry work in the wet conditions? How do we operate? Is it the boots? Because a lot of times, guys, I've heard it, blame the boots for something that they did.
Yes,
you
it's
know,
not the
kick the
boots.
ball and the ball went
It's
the
not
wrong
the boots.
direction.
No
it's
way.
the boots.
No way.
But it's you. You have to take time to understand yourself. You know, as in every
That's your
other
tool,
sport,
isn't it?
that's your tool.
That's your tool.
Correct.
Also, a defender, you run shoulder to shoulder with the defender, matching speed, going down. And to get an advantage, and you told me this, you bend, so that means when you bend, while running,
While
you bend,
running,
so you
bend,
lean
kick.
forward, and then you raise up your shoulder in front of the defender, then he could never get to the
Pass
ball before you.
Take your left shoulder, dip it.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Come up. So he have to move that hand, foul. You understand? You have a clear path. Or there's another thing I does, and I have pictures to prove it. If I'm dribbling at top speed, and I get ahead of you, I take the right foot in dribbling, or the left foot and bring it up higher, where my thigh is, so you cannot come close.
Otherwise, you don't get
Yeah,
pegged.
there you go.
get
That's it. You
hit.
cannot come close to me at all. At all. They call it tricks in the game.
You also would be running at top speed, and the ball is every time in the pop, at top speed. A lot of people can't do that.
Well, that comes from practice in
Practice.
the savannah.
Yeah.
You understand? Some guys go to practice and they wait till folks come around. When I go reach the football field, I don't care who's there. Coach don't have to be there. I have my thing to do. You understand what I'm saying? I have things to create. In my mind, every game I see, every game I play, I knew I did something imperfect. I have to do it correctly. So that's what practice is about. Or if I see something new and I want to try something new, I usually tell people, every game that I have played for Trinidad or as a professional ball player, I make voice a study. So if I'm coming up against you again, you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I hear the voice, I know you. I know what you could do. I know your capabilities. Any turn you make, anything, any your mannerism, anything, I know what to do. I know where you're strong. That's why I see Messi is turning around on a left foot. Come on, no way. Either you follow me or I'm going to block that path. And I know he's going to come back around. So that is your job
That's
now.
your job.
Your job now.
Speaking about mannerisms, and I know you don't know that, but I studied you so well, playing together, that when you're going down, running down the line with the ball, and I am lurking around the box, I know whether you're going to cross in the air or whether you're going to hit it low on the ground. And I pick up that from your mannerisms, and you can't tell me what that is.
I'll tell you what, remember we had certain signs. Yeah, I'm speaking. Certain signs we used
What,
to,
yeah,
to
what,
make.
yeah.
Okay, like a corner, I'll tell you I come in so before.
Hand
I
signal,
don't have to make eye contact.
right?
If I have a corner and you see my hand go so, you know how I bring in the corner. I could bring corner inside, or so I could put my right foot and bring a corner this way. You see, guys never try things. He know, DeLeon know, John know how I bring in this corner. From a right side corner, I could swerve it like this, even kicking a ball.
Well, if I was a defender come up against you, I'll tell you what it is. When you go down line, if you're going to cross that ball in the air, you start making some long strides like this. And keep looking over, and keep looking over. I know,
It's coming high,
so I would go forward and check.
because it's
And,
coming
and
back.
then if you're not going to bring it on the air, You keep your head on the ground, eye on the ball, and keep going. And then until you get to the bar line, and then boom, back. You knock
There
it
you
back.
go.
So I make my dive for the person.
There
That's
you
how I
go.
get a lot of
There
you
you go. There
goals
you
from
go.
you.
We knew one another.
Because I studied that.
Studied
I
that.
noticed that.
Does they do that
in
now,
you.
though?
Huh?
That's the
Does
thing.
they do that now? No, they don't do that now.
They don't.
They
But,
don't
but you
take
have to
time
study
to
your
study your
players.
teammates.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? You have to know every move, every twitch of the air, every twitch of the muscle. You know, I know when if Steve do this, or any strikers player, I know everything that they do because that's my job. That's my job. Yeah.
What do you remember about the Mexico game in Haiti? Or forget the Mexico game. Let's talk about Mexico in the whole. We went to Mexico. What do you remember with Mexico?
I remember in Mexico, they took us from the airport. I'll give you this story. They took us from the airport. Steve and I in the plane. It was a Cessna. Well, we reached to Mexico. We got on a Cessna. We going to San Luis Potosí. We in the air, and the pilot showing us the chasms and the big craters and whatever. Saying, yeah, damn, boy. I hope this plane don't fall down. When we reached San Luis Potosí and we got to the airport, Steve and I got a room to stay. You understand what I'm saying? Before I could put my head on that pillow, we got a phone call. Tring, tring. What's up? Say, what happening? I wanna give you this news. Your pilot commits suicide.
The pilot that took us from Mexico City to San Luis Potosí committed suicide. So you like, whoa,
I'm talking
that
about.
was a close
I'm
call.
talking about an hour before, after we arrived.
After you-
But I mean, we've been through a lot. We've been to Mexico. We've been to. We traveled. We
Yeah.
traveled. I mean, what can you say about those experiences that you have? Any special feelings about things that we
Well,
went through?
it made us stronger, you know. It made us stronger as teammates,
Yeah.
as, you know, it formed a bond, you know, because we did things on a professional level. Because I got to know you, I got to know different teammates, you know, like your boy, what's his name, from Chile? Matasos, yes,
Huh? Okay.
Matasos.
Okay.
And different players. You're learning. It's all a learning experience. And we did things together, you know, that hold that bond together that we have right now.
Yeah, and what about Haiti? Haiti, well, that's where I learned the most from you. And just at night when we just lay on the bed and we just
And
talking
talking.
football,
Yeah.
all until before the sleep, and the tricks of the trade, and you saying things like, you made up of flesh and blood, just like those guys.
There
You
you
think they're
go.
so big. If I go down the line and I knock square the ball back, can you put it in the goal? I said, yeah. Well, that's all I want
That
you
was
to do.
that was Haiti, right?
That was Haiti.
That was Haiti. Because when I went there, you guys were rookies. Call it rookies.
We were young. We didn't
No,
have no
you guys were
experience, no
rookies.
nothing, yeah.
Call it rookies. You had three professional ball
Ugali
players.
and Sellers.
That's it. And we had to carry that team on our back. So in practice, in where we practice, Tetron, they will see the workload that I have. I will practice before their practice. I'll get up early in the morning, practice for myself. Then when the coach Verity called the practice sessions, we're gonna go to practice. I'll practice with the team. When they finish, next practice, we practice. When they finish, I practice. So they saw that, you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Dedication. And when we went to Haiti, the guys were so into winning that they did not give us a break. In Haiti, they did not give us no chance. Winning. Oh, Trinidad, pas bon, pas bon. Ça passe again. No, pas bon. They ain't good. All right, good. So when we were practicing in one of the stadiums, they hearing the ball hitting, bam, bam, Mexico training days. Oh, good man. That's when your boy, the goalkeeper,
Barkley, Kello?
that's when Kello and I had it out. We had a real nasty confrontation because he heard the commotion back there. He saw was Mexico. We can beat Mexico. Let me tell you something, Kevin.
That was he said.
I was in his truth, yeah. I was in his truth. Let me tell you something. If you come with them kind of negative thing wrong my teammates, you'll have it out with me. We almost squared up.
Yeah.
I said, Stevie, come here. I say, if I give you that ball, he was if I give you that ball at your feet, do you know what to do with it? I say, you better know what to do with it because you're not coming off the field. Because you have to score. You have. It doesn't matter Mexico or in England, whatever. You have to do what you were taught to do. You understand what I say? And that's what it is. That's what started the ball rolling.
And in that game, what ended up being the scoreline in that game, if you remember?
What, Mexico?
Yeah.
I wish it was 6 because we beat 4-0. They never called themselves, 2 World Cups after that. We crushed them. We came out to crush people.
And that happened in Haiti.
Yes. We came out to crush people, Everybody. We could have beat England. We could have beat anybody on a given day because I was a striker, Figgy was a defender, Stevie was young, up and coming and running. We didn't care. We had no respect.
Because
you understand?
Why I'm asking that is because one of my first interactions with the name is because of Haitians. They speak highly of you, especially because they work with some of the professional teams now, and some of the guys are equipment managers, whether they're assistant coaches, who were of that era, and they speak highly of you. So it had to be something magical that happened in Haiti for you guys to be remembered, and for you to be remembered that way in that country.
Well, I'll tell you.
Years before that hat-trick.
In Haiti, right?
The hat-trick you scored in Haiti before that 73 World Cup.
Well, I'll tell you what, I went as a schoolboy. I went at...
Right.
I'll
tell you what, let's explain that when we come back. Let's take a break. When we come back, you will explain to the viewers that. Viewers will be right back after the short break.
Worldwide Safety Consultants Limited offers solutions to your immediate and future potential problem areas by providing you with a qualified team of safety consultants. Worldwide Safety Consultants Limited, building a reputation on quality and value since 1999. Located 23 Todd Street, San Fernando, Trinidad. Phone 868-657-1534 or 868-788-6955. worldwidesafety@yahoo.com.
So welcome back, viewers. You're tuned in to Field of Dreams. This is Axe Television Network. And before the break, we were talking about Haiti. And the Haitians have you as the king of the world when it comes to soccer, ahead of even Pelé, actually. And Narada was asking, what caused that? What happened?
Well, it was in the year that I went there as a schoolboy. They get to know me because I usually were watching the older folks from my national team perform. It was a learning experience. So I had the opportunity, like I told you, don't allow a man to go on the field. Alvin was the left winger, the striker, what now you call strikers. And he was performing, but he was getting a bit tired. So Jerry Brown and I was on the bench with the coach. And he's saying, come on, Conrad, man. Alvin is tired. Look, you have a striker here. You have the boy, he scored went to Barbados before that. And I scored a hat-trick or 4 goals because I remember playing against some national team. And you see, I was equipped with about studs and rubbers. So I was playing in my rubbers, I scored one. Rain started to fall, I switched gears, I learning. You understand? From Wuta, I switched gears and I had 4. So I had 5 for Trinidad. Then they took me off. Now in Haiti, I was on the bench. No problem. I have my tools, I know what I could do. So I sat on the bench. I got a break, like I tell you, don't allow someone to go on. I got a break, I went on. And it was history. You understand what I'm saying? That's when they brought off your brother.
You scored 3 goals.
Man, it was history. There was, everybody was, Ashishi, Ashishi, Archibald, Ashishi, Ashishi. Who is this schoolboy? Who is this kid? And that's when it started. I went on from there. Even when we went back for the World Cup preliminary, you remember the World Cup preliminaries? And we go in downtown and we go into different places. And I'm telling you, you see, the people were saying, how come could you play good football and you're always happy? You never sad? Because I taught them, listen, win or lose. We didn't come here to lose. They did not give us a chance. In Trinidad and Tobago, they did not even give us a chance. He will tell you, they did not give us a break because we was training down in, down there. And we had a game, and the guys said, where are you going? Where are you going Haiti for? Well, you can't win nothing. But I'm a positive person. I am not defeated before I play. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? Football is 90 minutes.
On the field.
So on the field. So I used to raise the guys' spirit and don't study them, man. Leave them alone. So when we leave here, we had no support group, other than the players and the managers and the coaches and people who really love us. You understand what I'm saying? So when we went to Haiti, I told them, you come here to do a job. Now remember, they never play professional ball. Now you are a professional, you leave your country. You see, they don't understand it. Amateurism is at home. When you leave your country, you become a professional, but although you're not getting paid, you have to think and act alike. So we went in a mode. People say, but why you all partying? It wasn't a party. You understand what I'm saying? It was a frame of mind that we get in as Trinidadians, and that would put us at peace and, you understand, relaxing mode. So it's pan and chomp, and people say, Trinidad, Pabo. I say, don't study them. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. But we were going to the World Cup if that goal didn't score the first goal. You understand what I'm saying? It wasn't, none of these kids underestimated anybody. But the way I spoke to them and the way that we trained, we knew no one was going to beat us. No one was going to beat us. The frame of mind that we were in.
I know you have a question for Archie, right?
Yeah. You motivated so many players over the years, and then you go into, the U.S. system. Were you able to take what you did for the players in Trinidad, then take them through the CONCACAF or the Caribbean region? Were you able to do that now at the NASL level? Because you left the NASL as one of the greatest players to pass through the American football system or revolution, whatever we want to call it. You're basically moving from a smaller country now into a bigger country. How did you have that influence on the Americans as well?
Well, it started in Florida. That was a preseason. And like I tell you, when you know to play football, you know to play football. Football is international, and it's one ball. Whatever you know, you put it into practice. You come up against guys that is more skilled than you. You match skills with them. So when I went to Florida, and I had my first game, no one knew me. I don't know what a professional league was. But I knew what my capabilities were. I don't care if I played in England or whatever. So my first game, I scored 6 goals. And the guys never saw me from the team that we played. Who is this little guy? Who is this guy? No one know about me. And it transpired right through my career. I have no respect. I respect everybody, but I have no respect on that football field. I have none whatsoever. I don't care where you're from.
I think Narada wanted to know if you, just like how you talk to me all the time and make sure that I did the right thing. Did you do that to players from England or Australia or whoever was in that same league with you?
No, I didn't do that because it was a learning experience. I was a rookie. So I'm learning from different players like England. You understand what I'm saying? Now I'm a professional ball player. Czechoslovakia, Russia, Germany. You know what I mean? South America. Different players. So I'm incorporating everything that I'm seeing and making one block in my mind. You understand? I'm forming my own nucleus in my mind, what to do when I reach different situations.
Well, to continue on that path is we had you, myself, and Sellers in Miami.
Mm-hmm.
Even though we playing for the Miami Toros, we still playing for, we want our three, because we're Trinidadians, to be on the field.
There you go.
So we're rooting for each other.
And
we developing each other as much as we can, even though sometimes we pass on information to others, but not as much as ourselves.
Yes, because we know somewhere along the line we had to come back and represent Trinidad.
Right.
So we were forming a
bond between us. Yes.
You understand what a playing bond between us.
And there's always competition within the ranks. Like I always said to them is, we don't cheat when we practice. And I learned that from you too. You go out, and when you work by yourself, you work even harder. Because you always feel like you're cheating yourself because you don't have other competition.
That's why we had no nightlife.
Right. So if the coach says do 10 push-ups,
you do 15.
Exactly. 15. We do a little bit more.
Yeah.
And again, to part that knowledge to others, for me, is very difficult because I don't think they get into the mindset that you brought us to. And maybe you're a better teacher than I am at that. But that's how I learned. Yeah. To go that way. Now, us growing up, we had the Doyle Griffith, the Delbert Charlo, the Roy Hackett, and the guys who supported our venture to develop us. I always feel that we dropped the ball in developing the ones coming behind, and the reason I say that is because we migrate, even though we had others who didn't pick up the ball. You know, and I didn't need to call names, but there's others who did not migrate, who should have done. So points should not be in the state it is in football now. Just because we migrate, we should have other people who was.
Well, like I tell you, it was coming to a different time. The system changed, and the frustration stepped in. You understand what I'm saying? Like me, I don't care really. I care about the kids. That's why I went back and worked with the kids. I came on vacation and I went back and worked. You remember, they help the kids. That is my contribution, and it's not giving back. You understand what I'm saying? That is how I love kids. I like to work with kids. I was a coach at 5 years old because every kid in the neighborhood, I had a team and they had to play. Okay, you don't play well, I drop you. I used to end up with a team with 5 men playing against guys like Leroy team. Any team come and you don't perform, I'll put you to sit down. And I was a kid also. So my aspect of football was high performance. You have to give your best. What if your best is 50, give me 49. And when I started playing, my concentration level, I had to learn as a professional to think. I couldn't even think for 90 minutes. Do you know, you believe that? 90 minutes was total concentration. And I will give you 80 Somewhere along the line, I'm thinking about Trinidad and Tobago, a family member, and I had to learn these things to concentrate on a game for 90 minutes. I reached 80. 80 was good. I could perform in 80. So guys don't know that. It have things you have to do. You see, they scratching their nose, they're thinking about their girlfriend, they're pulling their pants. Take a picture, you'll see. You understand what I'm saying? That is what coaches don't do. Take a picture of your game time and you'll see them. They're wandering. Total concentration is football.
All right, let's drill him in. Let him tell us what we should do, I think,
Well,
what
okay.
this country need to move the train forward, because we're struggling. And what you think in your mind that some of the things that we need to do in this country to improve?
Well, I'll tell you what, right? A lot of people, a lot of coaches just have a name coach. But coaching comes beyond the system of coaching. Like talking to kids on the street. You see them having bad behavior. That is coaching. They're falling into different categories. You understand? From playing on the floor. Well, oh, I don't play already. I don't need that. This is my time now. No. Discipline. Drinking. You could have fun without deteriorating your body, because I need you for 90 minutes. I need you for Trinidad and Tobago. You don't have things. You have to be in a guideline. You understand what I'm saying? Right. You have to be in a guideline. You eat right. You sleep right. Because when I was playing, it worried me to pass 12 o'clock. I feel I would not perform at the highest level if I don't eat right. You understand what I'm saying? I'm frustrated. I would not perform at the highest level. You have to teach your kids. They're not doing that. These are things that they coach. Well, it's total respect. It's respect, for the game. Some guys feel like, oh, I have talent. I could jump on there and yeah, but when you reach real talent, what are you going to do? You're going to embarrass yourself because Trinidad going to lose 6-0. Is that what you want to do? Yeah, you play, you represent Trinidad and Tobago on your chest, but that's not Trinidad. You ain't Trinidad and Tobago. You lost 6-0. That feeling I don't like. I don't like losing. You understand? And if you have 11 men who don't like losing, they're going to concentrate on what the game is about. Your coach is just your coach, but you are the player. A coach don't have to tell you nothing on the soccer field. You could just sit down right there and watch you. You understand what I'm saying? You have to play the game. You have to remember. I remember everything my coaches tell me. I remember everything Wouter taught me. Everything he mentioned in my ear. You understand what I'm saying? I know even today, I know everything. I hear him still.
You could play back almost every game that you played.
Every game.
And I think, Narada, you can help me. When we play a game, after the game, we play that game 3 or 4 times after. When we eat, when we lay down, you can't sleep. The same thing happened with you, right?
It does. It does.
Everybody does that.
And you replay moments that you thought you could have done something a little different, or even the ones that you did great. You keep replaying them and stuff. And I think what you all had was really a bond of quite a few guys doing that simultaneously. I think it wasn't a case of just one guy doing it and everybody else being okay with however they played. I think everyone on the teams that you all played with, or the era, was very much focused into helping the other. And I would use the example of today. We've seen the English Premier League where Leicester City actually won, something that the odds were 5,000 to 1 or something like that, they were saying. And when they spoke to the coach in an interview, he said his job was basically to keep them from relegation. He had a target of an amount of points, and that was it. And when they asked him, so what got the players a particular way, he said, I just let them play.
There you go.
He said literally.
Let them perform.
He told one of the top players, he said, mark that guy. And he would just mark everybody.
That's it.
The other guy would just run all over. He would say, you could stop running. But he just kept going. And what he realized is that the 11 guys were each covering each other. So when you fell short, somebody else decided, hey, it's not my position, but I would go and cover
yes,
him
I'm
to
working
give
for
him
you.
time.
Oh,
And
that's
I'm
not my
seeing that,
position.
You know, I'm
Yes.
seeing that with what you guys were speaking. You knew what each other did. And if somebody was only reaching 40, that you had to come and pull him up.
Yes.
And I think
That's
today,
what it is about.
a lot of people or a lot of the players today are very content with themselves. If I had a good performance,
It doesn't
that's
matter,
fine.
yes. Oh, he played
But
well.
we lost 6-0, as
Yeah,
you're saying. We
yeah.
lost 6-0, but I played well, so
Yeah. It
you
doesn't
know,
matter.
that's fine.
They're not embarrassed.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just confidence in the ability they could play, but it doesn't mean it's not like that. You understand? It's difficult because we feel bad when we lose. So what we do? We go and train. We go and do the things that cannot happen again. If it do happen again,
Then
we know
that's
what to do.
Yeah.
You know, I'm talking about your national team, club teams like Steve and I. When we go early, the coach used to run me to death because he know I have to perform. Steve have his duty to perform. You understand what I'm saying? And Steve just tried to kill me. I just tried I think I'm faster than Steve, but he was quick. You know, it was a competitive thing, so that pushes us to the max,
And
the
let me
extreme.
just, you know, because I want to put this question to both of you all. Because of the experience that you had, and Steve, you getting the knowledge from Mr. Archibald, and you getting it from the persons in the community or the family, we all seen a pattern here about another influencing the other. Why today we not calling you guys to influence the guys today? So they could have something to look up to, and how Steve is relating stories that happened 20,
Years ago.
30, whatever amount
Right.
of time ago. Why can't these guys today say, I sat down with Steve David, or I sat down with Warren Archibald, and he told me this and he told me that? Why are we not?
Let's answer that when we get back. Viewers will be right back after the short break, and we'll pick up on that question.
Worldwide Safety Consultants Limited offers solutions to your immediate and future potential problem areas by providing you with a qualified team of safety consultants. Worldwide Safety Consultants Limited, building a reputation on quality and value since 1999. Located 23 Todd Street, San Fernando, Trinidad. Phone 868-657-1534 or 868-788-6955. worldwidesafety@yahoo.com.
Okay, welcome back, viewers. You tuned in to Field of Dreams. This is Axe Television Network. Before the break, Narada, you asked the question.
I was asking, and I'll have to probably rephrase it.
Okay. How did we feel?
Right. Would you both, because of the influence that you had from persons, you know, family, friends, community, isn't it or shouldn't it be that our players today have access to you guys to hear the stories or, you know, whatever experiences that you went through, for you all to now become a motivation to them? Because we're seeing things happening on the field, and I'm positive you see the games as well. So there are things, a simple thing as the tricks that you did, the speed that you had, why you scored goals. You must be seeing something on the players today saying, hey, if he probably did a stop and go there, if he maybe ran a bit faster there, he could have, you know, tricked the player. Or even from your analysis of the opponent, saying, hey, but that guy is constantly only on his left side. Why are you not screening off that? What would it take for you guys to be that sort of inspiration to the guys today?
Well, I'll start and then you continue. I would share my views with the players, like say Civic Center, who I'm around, and telling them, put them in situations. I would tell them, we walk out in the field as players. We're doing field inspection, but when we're doing field inspection, we're inspecting to see if there's a hole in the field. We're getting ourselves in areas where we would get ourselves during the game, and start to visualize the things that we're going to do. That's what I did. I visualized scoring a goal from that angle, or what I would do if I was there. That's when we walk out in the field to inspect the field. You know what I'm talking about? So I'm visualizing. I would even pass on information to them, verbal stuff like, there's times a ball is played into space, a defender is coming, I'm going. I can get there way before the defender. What do? No, I slow up and let him think he can get there before I can. And then just before I would speed up,
split second,
he's out of the play now. So now I have bend the corner and I'm going to go by myself. So those are the things that messages I pass on. Again, learning from him, because I spend time like we talking now. We travel into a game, or we flying to some other city, and we sit down on the plane and we just talking,
discussing things.
And so our mental to that game, the mental approach that we took to the game, the preparation was unbelievable. And again, because we're professionals now, we took it that way, because that's how and everything I do in life, I do it with that intensity. Anything. Even as a host, I looking to improve my ability as a host, just like I did in football. What you have to say?
Look at me. Look at what I do. Things that I do to the kids. Try different things, you know. Don't be just like old-fashioned, you know. They tell you certain things that diminish your capabilities. Try a lot of things. Try things that they never think about, because that's how they used to think. Oh, you saw what Archie did? Yes. Did I practice it? No. At that particular moment, it was there. It had to be done. How I did it up to this day, I don't know. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? So these are the things. Soccer is improvement. Soccer is not basic, not kicking a ball. There's tricks with the ball. If the ball is coming, you cannot reach it. You get a toe tape, put it on the right side, I could make it come back around. You understand what I'm saying? You have the shot, you don't have it straight. Some of them, you have the ball is running and the goalkeeper is coming out. I will hit it right side of the ball and let it swerve. You there, you're gone. Because flight. I look at my ISP when I go, I throw up my whatever piece of grass and see how the wind operates. You see? That is football. Football is just a wrong ball. You could do things with a football. You could go right side, you could bring it back through the leg, stop it, do anything. The ball is in motion at all times.
Just one more thing I think I had is that when you mentioned something about dropping the ball, or the person's behind not necessarily picking up, there was an exodus of players going into the United States, yourselves included. What do you think happened after the era of you guys? Were you not able to open the door a bit more for more of the locals to get there? Or was it that our standard of football dropped, that the guys just weren't able to match up to the US? Because we're seeing today, we're now sort of getting back in the last 5 years, a few players to the US, but still only on temporary basis. Maybe a loan, maybe a contract for 1 year with a possibility of an extension. But you guys were able to, at least minimum, most of the guys did at least 3 seasons, and some even went on to more illustrious careers. What do you think happened in that transition period?
To put it,
well, I think. Let me guess. I think when we went out there, and all the leagues. You see, like how the Africans are flooding the Premier League.
European, yes.
We represent our country, so the better we do is the more people get in.
Correct.
Coming behind, so they go in to look. If we're doing great, I go into Trinidad to look for players. Just like he was doing great, they came from Miami. They came to Haiti to see us play,
yeah.
And they took myself and so on. And then we had Tony Douglas, Leo Brewster,
Went to
Ray
England,
Moralo,
yeah.
Kevin Barkley. They came in.
After.
So it's for us to do well, for the others to follow. But the others that's coming behind has to be as good or better than what we put out.
At the product.
And
You're
how
a
you
product.
feel about
You're a
that?
commodity. You understand? You have to, it's like Stevie said, it's people looking at you. You are Trinidadian, and they have skilled players. Just like Brazil. A lot of teams want players from Brazil for a reason. They have skilled players. You understand? So it's just like Trinidad. Oh, Warren Archibald, MVP 73. Steve David, MVP what, 74? Give me a break. You're talking about the North American Soccer League. 2 Trinidadians. Back to back. That's what they're looking at. They have skilled players, and they're doing well on a consistent basis. They're doing well every game. It's not just today you play well, tomorrow you perform mediocre. It's every day. So you go. They probably have a strong basis down in Trinidad, and let's see what the rest could do. You know, and that's how your national team improve. Your awareness, people awareness around the world. Because I used to get letters from all Czechoslovakia. Warren, please, this is Czechoslovakia. You understand what I'm saying? You ask kids to spell Czechoslovak, they can't spell it.
Well, it's just like you said. I mean, it's you have to produce, and once you're producing,
Then it's fine.
Gotta be. You got. It's nothing about success. You know, with that determination and practice, success gonna fall in line.
before we let you go though, Trinidad football. Let's talk. I wanted you to get your opinion on what you think is happening here, and what we can do to make it better. Or
Well, let me tell you this. I won't say the coaching system, you know, but the methods that they're using, the methods is too advanced for the kids. You understand what I'm saying?
No, what do you mean?
No, when I say that is like, you have to, if a kid cannot trap a ball, you have to show him how to trap a ball.
you start from the basics.
You have to start from
Right.
from the basic. You cannot think that he could trap a ball and go on to the next stage.
I'm glad you said that, because a lot of things that, well, the professionals are supposed to be able to do this, but if they
but
can't,
that's
you
what
have to
they
teach
that's
them.
what they think.
Yeah.
That's what they think. You understand what I'm saying? Because I remember they had a national team. We practiced at Skinner Park, and they brought a little kid from somewhere. He went on a national team. Ken Galt was the manager. So we practicing at Skinner Park,
Okay.
and one came up high, boom, up in the air. And the kid did like this. I'd say, Ken, don't waste my time. When I come back here, make sure that kid could trap. When I came back, he wasn't there. You're wasting my time. Don't waste my time. We want players who want to improve. If you can't trap at 17 years old, what are you doing playing with me for? You understand what I'm saying? I learn in my craft. I'm saying I know everything, but it have advancement. At that age of your life, it have things you should know to do on a daily basis. Traps, thigh traps, head traps. I wonder if they know what that is, head trap. You know,
I don't think they do that anymore.
headers, you understand? And this is what I'm talking about. Swerves, inside, outside, corner kicks, you know, deft passes. That's what you're looking. That's what you're building your team now. So why do you think Stevie know me? Stevie could run full speed ahead, and he know exactly what I'm doing. You understand? And it's not no practice. Just head movements and eye gaze. I know if he's going to pull that ball, he's going to leave that ball, or anything like that. You see? And the kids taking too long to learn things. Too long to grasp. Like what I used to say, to grasp things.
So what are we not doing right then? What are we not doing to make them
Well,
more aware? What if you had to advise like are you the technical director at Trinidad and Tobago Football Association?
You have to get in the kid there.
How we do it?
It's not a form of embarrassment. You understand what I'm saying? You have to really go talk to the kid. This is how I want it done. We are not playing this system, we're playing this system. We want you to make the pass like this. You understand what I'm saying? Then on game time, everything is done. You can't tell the kid now how to play. He have to play accordingly. He'll remember what you told him, and you'll see progress. You see, football is not really individual. Football is teamwork. I have to know exactly what you're doing, when you're doing it, at all times.
So when are we going to get to the next World Cup?
Well, you have a lot of skilled players, a lot of good players. But I have watched a couple games, and what I saw is most of the players have no interest. You tend to accept defeat. It's okay to lose 1-0. No, it's not okay to lose 2-0. You understand what I'm saying? If you don't get the ball, you sulk. That's negative, according to teamwork.
Teamwork, yeah. Correct.
That's not to be accepted going forward.
We have to run down everything. You know, nothing is out there.
You know,
you get a pass, you run it down.
that's it.
And whether
Until you
it's
go
going
outside.
out touch, you don't know until you get there, and then you know.
And
so on.
one for all for one. I help you, you help me. It have situations where I cannot cover. You have to do the work. Oh, you making me no. You have to do the work. It doesn't matter. I will take up here for you, the slack for you.
Actually, do me a favor. Speak to the kid out there who wants to be the next Warren Archibald. What does he need to do? Look at the camera and tell him what he needs to do to
The
be the
next
next
Warren Archibald have to be dedicated to whatever I cannot say football. Football takes a lot of work. It's more technical now. It's more skill. It's eating right, sleeping right, you know, and having a correct life, living as a professional or a soccer player, a football player. You see? And if you stray from that, it's useless to what you're trying to accomplish.
And to get there, he needs to.
To get there, he needs to work on his craft. Like trapping, turns, traps, head traps, chest traps, thigh traps, flicks, everything you have to learn. Speed, coordination, you know, stops, takeoffs. Because soccer is international, one wrong ball.
I know you want to say something to that.
No, my thing, you know, before he goes, I would just like to say, even to that kid, is I believe whatever footage you have, I know the Americans, so they must have videos and stuff. You need to make this public. You need to find a way to get all that documentation to Trinidad. Let us have it. Let it be, you know, let us do it up the right way. So this could be, whether it be in Point Fortin or just in Trinidad and Tobago football, for us to have something to emulate. And for me personally, I'd like to say it's a pleasure to meet what many consider to be the greatest footballer of Trinidad and Tobago. It's an honor that I believe you have to accept because it's been bestowed upon you. But we need to make it more public so we have something to look forward to. And that would be it.
Okay, it's sad to say we've come to the end of another edition. And I want to thank Axe Television Network for giving us the opportunity. I want to thank our viewers for the love and support that you have shown through the past year and making the show #1 football talk show in Trinidad and Tobago. Narada, thank you so much for being
Always
here, buddy.
a pleasure.
Archie, special thanks to you, bud,
Yeah.
for everything that you have done from
Day one.
me as a child, coming all the way through the professional ranks. I want to publicly say thank you so much for your love, your support, your mentorship, your guidance, your everything, man. I don't know if I could have done without you.
Thank you, Steve. Appreciate, man.
Viewers, don't forget to check us out on Facebook, and don't forget to drop us a line, fieldofdreamstt@gmail.com. The show's ended. Go in peace. See you next time. Good night.